Hello, my dear JEE warriors. We are barely a month away from your first JEE mains attempt, and there are a lot of questions popping up on your mind as to how many PYQs should I be solving? Is it really the right time to solve PYQs? I've not even completed my syllabus, or you might have completed your syllabus and you might be wondering how exactly should I revise? Which year PYQs should I be solving? How many tests should I be giving? Should I be giving full syllabus tests? What's the right ratio to balance? Because you don't want to make any mistakes, and you know April attempt will be even more competitive. So you want to give in your 100% in the first attempt so that you are literally tension free. So I'll give you a tried and tested method which will surely work for all category of students, whether you're scoring low or high. So make sure you quickly smash the like button so that YouTube also understands that you are interested in cracking JEE, and it will keep you away from all the distractions. And if you are not yet subscribed to the #1 JEE English channel in the country, then what are you doing? Please do that right away, right now. All right, so let's get straight away to the point. First of all, I want you to tell me which category you belong to. Are you scoring less than 100 marks, or maybe you have not completed much of your syllabus, maybe 50% or 40% or 60%, or maybe you're in that 100 to 180 zone, and maybe you have done most of the syllabus, or you're somehow able to manage to score in that particular range, or possibly you are scoring more than 180 marks in your mock tests and you have to revise, you want to make those weaker concepts strong. So which category you belong to, accordingly your answer is going to change, right? So say for example you are scoring less than 100 marks in this reddish orange zone, then I want you to focus mainly on the high weightage topics. Leave out the low weightage, even the average, below average, medium weightage topics. You can actually give it a miss for this particular few weeks, then you can focus on it. But mainly the high weightage topics can easily give you more than 90 percentile, 95 percentile easily. So focus on that. I had made a separate video on the topic wise weightage for all the subjects, by the way, physics, chemistry, maths. You can check it out, it's there on the channel. Next important thing, the PYQ models that you will have to practice. This is not an option, this is a mandate. You will have to practice the recent years, because the recent year PYQs is the trend and what probably the NTA will most likely continue. Obviously there can be a few exceptions, but usually though don't change the trend so easily. So that's the reason, focus, especially after 2019 PYQs, you should be focusing on. Next important thing, part tests are mandatory. The class tests or the chapter tests are mandatory. Even if you're not focusing on full tests, it's okay. That's why I said you can focus on the full syllabus tests later on, but at least those practice of the testing should still be there. If you are in this particular range, then I would suggest focus on the medium weightage topics. Low weightage, still you can forget it, and still you can get 99 percentile, that's around 180 190 marks, give or take, and fill up those missing pieces of concepts, your gaps which are there in the understanding of your theory syllabus. Next important thing, you should be going to older PYQs, because if you are targeting obviously more than 180, if you're in this zone, obviously you should be targeting 99 percentile plus. You cannot give any chance, because if there are few questions which are slightly more difficult, or if the overall pattern or the difficulty is slightly on the higher side, you should not be taking a backseat. And the older PYQs have really good models of question, especially from 2010 to 2020. Yes, those 10-15 years you should definitely focus on. You cannot leave those older PYQs or just focus on the last 2-year PYQs. But at the same time, the newer PYQs will give you the trend. Part tests mandatory, class tests mandatory, chapter tests mandatory if it is continuing in your crash or your batch wherever you are. Full syllabus tests, you can still keep it towards the December end. There is no need to hurry onto full syllabus tests, because if you are in this range, you have to still fill in a lot of gaps, cover up a lot of concepts, medium weightage topics. Important thing is you should actually solve towards the end of your preparation the actual previous year paper. Maybe you can have maybe some maybe let's say 2022 April attempt, second day shift 1 paper, and solve it as it is for a real life experience. Definitely you should give that. Next important, if you're scoring really well or you want to go into the revision phase and you are targeting 99.9, 99.8 percentile, obviously you cannot leave any topic, cover up even the low weightage topics. You have to master all the model of questions. No matter which type of question comes, you should be confident that yes, I will be able to do it. So you cannot say, oh, this PYQ is hard. See, this student can say, oh, this PYQ is hard, I will leave it, I will focus on other PYQs. No issues. Here, maybe with few of them you can do it, but here you have no option. Also, you should be focusing on the full test right now, and part tests will give an idea of what your weak points are or what your strengths are. But main focus should be on the full test and the variations. Some tests will be very difficult, some tests are very easy, some tests are very lengthy, some tests are having some different variations. So those variations is what you need to practice, apart from actually choosing a previous year paper and practicing it as a mock test. Having said this, how many PYQs you should solve? See, there is no limit. Somebody will say 100, somebody will say 200 per chapter. See, there is no number that you can give. As many as you can till you master that topic. See, that confidence should come. If I tell you should solve only 20 PYQs, if you get that confidence, very good. Even after solving 20, you don't have that confidence, go to 50 PYQs. I got the confidence, fine, you can stop there and then move on to the next unit or chapter. You have to basically target and cover as many models as possible. When I say model or patterns, meaning if you have a sub concept or a subtopic, on that what all type of questions can be asked, maybe tangents or maybe trigonometry, whatever, how many type of questions can be made on that particular formula or that particular reaction or that particular sub concept. All those things you should be able to do it. If you just do it half-heartedly, might as well not do it, because if you don't have that confidence in that particular subtopic, then there is no point, because if a question comes, then there is a 50-50 chance that you may do it, you may not do it. Better to leave it and then complete a model properly. So when you do it, always master it. And mainly, if you're scoring low, focus on most likely model of questions and patterns, and you will get that idea when you solve the PYQs, or just look through all the PYQs in your PYQ book. You will get to know, oh, these type of PYQs again and again and again they are asking, I have to do it. You have no option, whether you are in low scoring category or high scoring category. What is the requirement for 90 percentile, 95 percentile, 99 percentile? Is only PYQs enough? The answer is definitely a no. You can't just expect I will solve only PYQs and I will get 90 percentile, 99 percentile. No, because PYQs tell you what kind of questions will come. It gives you that confidence in that question solving. But solving it together with all the other subjects in 3 hours requires strategy, timing, practice, and that removal of exam fear and anxiety. That is a different ball game. That's why you hear many people complain, I'm able to solve questions at home, but in the exam hall, I start sweating, because you don't have adequate practice of mock tests. So mock tests are very, very important. Without PYQs, you can't even get 99 percentile. So don't think sir said, no, you can't get 99 percentile without with only PYQs. So I will leave PYQs. No, you have to solve PYQs. Without doubt, you can't get. But there is an additional recipe, additional ingredient. And what is that? That is mock tests. That can give you 99 percentile and above. But whenever you solve any mock test, analyze any mock test, or solve any questions at home also, remember, are you practicing that question? Are you understanding what is the hidden meaning? Are you analyzing your result? Are you understanding why this question was asked? What was the hidden meaning in the question? That is more important than just solving it and moving ahead. There is no point in that. You better understand and then digest it. Oh, this was the hidden trick, or that is why they gave these things. Then move on to the next question. That is the true way of mastering any PYQs. Your target should be to do as many models, till December end. Yes, as many models till December end. And if you're scoring less, then it's okay to focus only on the chapter test. Full test you can focus later on. Please don't give up part test or your chapter test in your crash or your test series, whichever you have joined, at any cost, because that will always keep you in check of your scores and how to strategize in the exam. And if you are done with the PYQs, or maybe your target is December end, then focus on the full tests by January at any cost. So once January 1st comes, your new year begins, start focusing extensively on the full syllabus all India level mock test. That will give you a true sense of where you stand, and that is what is going to improve your timing, strategy, speed, etc. in the last couple of days. And there is a good news for all of you, especially if you're thinking, sir, where do I get good quality tests? Where do I get all India level ranking? Where can I get ready-made analysis? Where can I get different patterns of tests? Sir, I also want to practice PYQs, but not online. It's very easy to see the questions on a hard copy. I want to just tick mark. I want to solve over there, and I don't want to strain my eyes. I want a very good quality book with solutions, with all the questions of the recent years and all the PYQs for JEE, be it numeric, be it single choice. Well, the good news is we have both the solutions. First, the PYQ book for physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Yep, it comes with all the questions. No shift is left. All the solutions are also there. All the previous year papers of 2 years, 2023 and 2024, more than some 1,500 questions close to are there in this particular book. And it has every single variety with detailed categories arranged in subtopic wise, so that you know which topic is weak, which topic is strong, because they have been nicely categorized. It includes numerical and MCQs, and this will strengthen your confidence in the PYQ solving. 1,300 plus questions, guys. That's crazy. Additionally, like I said, if you want the test series mains plus advanced, because after mains, obviously you will be practicing for advanced. Well, we have a solution for that too. There are part tests, chapter tests, and the full syllabus tests, which are designed for our mains separately and advanced separately, with different variations for physics, chemistry, mathematics, which includes 10 part tests for mains, full test 10 for mains first attempt, second attempt again 10 mains tests. JEE advanced, you have further 10 tests over here. All of these test series, the entire details have been put over here. You can take a screenshot or pause the video. You can see the part test schedule, all the 10 part tests. Then you have the first attempt full syllabus test schedule. All right, complete syllabus. Then for the second mains, you have the 10 tests which are scheduled. And then for the advanced, you have again 10 full syllabus advanced tests which are scheduled. All these test series together, along with PYQs, if you buy them separately, right, it will cost you 2,764 rupees. That is, if you buy the test series, it's around 1,666 rupees, and the PYQ book is around again somewhere that range. But if you buy it as a combo offer, you get it for 1,999 rupees. You don't have to pay 2,700 rupees. You can save more than 700 rupees as a combo offer. The links are there in the description box. I will show it to you. So like you can see, this is just the PYQ book. And when you all the details, all the look and feel of it, you can get it right over here. When you click on buy now, you will see you will get it for around 1,098 rupees or something after the discount coupon code has been applied. So right now the code has not been applied, but when you apply it, it will come to 1,098 rupees almost. But if you go for the test series, again, you can see all the details have been mentioned. Mains plus advanced test series, that's for 1,666 rupees. But when you buy it as a combo offer, both the test series and the PYQ book, you will just get it for 1,999 rupees. The original MRP is close to 5,000 rupees. So you get 60% off on that. So that's your good news in case you want to prepare for, the JEE Mains with the PYQs book as well as the test series. I hope I was able to answer all your queries and all your doubts are now clear. And if you want to use these books and the test series, please go ahead with it. If you're already enrolled into something and you're happy with it, please continue with it. Okay, that's all I would say. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing this video, and thank you for subscribing. This was your Captain Shreyas. Bye bye.